Today we're here right in the heart of the House of Commons to launch the Lai Dai Han campaign. And why is that important? Because these were people who suffered the most terrible sexual violence at the hands, in this case, of South Korean soldiers.
Basically, we to raise awareness, really, of the sexual violence which was committed against Vietnamese women during the Vietnamese War by South Korean soldiers. And it's to raise the issue of sexual violence and what happened to those women and their offsprings, and to have an international recognition, and particularly a South Korean recognition of those crimes.
The women in Vietnam live in abject poverty, no support from the state. A woman in this country who is 12 or 13 who has a baby would receive all sorts of support. These women, when they were 12 or 13 and were raped, have received nothing. They are not even accepted in mainstream Vietnamese society. So the need to raise funds is crucial.
We had William Hague, former Conservative leader of the opposition, British Foreign Secretary, who, with Angelina Jolie, launched this international initiative against sexual violence. Lord Ahmed, who is a Minister of State in the Foreign Office, spoke. We had two of the direct victims, mother and son, who spoke in a very moving way. Nadia Murad, the Nobel laureate, who herself was a victim of the most terrible sexual violence at the hands of ISIL, of Daesh.
Today, we are here to light a spark for the justice for Lai Dai Han movement and start telling the world our story. We are asking the world to help us seek justice for the rape of Vietnamese women by South Korean soldiers during the Vietnam War. These rapes resulted in thousands of children like myself who have been made outcasts of society for being of mixed blood.
I am here today first as someone who has been through this and as a raped victim, but more importantly, I'm here to join voices with other victims, to work together to advocate for victims of sexual violence.
It is my honor to join as a board member of Justice for Lai Dai Han to support Justice for Lai Dai Han on the victim of Vietnam War. We really want to raise the awareness internationally so more people will know about them, know about their experience, know about their story. So to our best, we can try to make an effort internationally to get them to be recognized.
One of the most important things I want to do is raise the issue with the United Nations Human Rights Council. Then, the UN can organise a pilot programme using 50 DNA samples of Lai Dai Han children and compare those samples with the DNA of South Korean soldiers. We have already offered to send our DNA to the South Korean government, but they have refused to help in any way. We want an independent, impartial body like the UN to collect and analyse our DNA samples to prove there is South Korean blood in our veins.
Earlier in her speech, Nadia mentioned the importance of the United Nations being involved in bringing a closure on this. I think that's an extremely important idea. If we can't get the South Korean government to take this on, and I think we may be able to get them to acknowledge what happened, but not necessarily to inquire more deeply, then I think that is a matter for the United Nations Human Rights Council. It's exactly what it is there for.
It would be nice to see a formal apology being issued by the South Korean government, and it's our determination really to make sure that it's not just a British issue but an international issue, and pressure is put on the South Koreans to make acknowledgement.